Welcome everybody to our Yin yoga practice today, lower body love. My name is Eleni and I will be guiding you. Let's begin on our backs today in our first posture, which is a happy baby pose. It's important to keep the length of the spine, the back of the head, shoulder blades, and low back connected to the earth. So as you bend your knees, find the appropriate placement for your palms, either connected to the outer edge of the feet or the shins. Take a moment here to just observe the length of the back body and notice the sensation here in our first shape. Inviting yogic breath, breathing deep into the base of the belly, allowing your breath to rise into the rib cage and chest. From here, gently shift the feet towards midline and the knees come to the outer edges of the mat. So here we're in a reclined butterfly position, keeping the heels lifted here, just a couple breaths. We'll invite just a little bit of movement here to warm up, extending that right leg out to the right side. Keeping that micro bend through the knee here, so we're just finding that stretch to the inner thigh and hamstring, and then bringing that heel back through center, taking it out to the left side, and back through center. Drawing the knees into the chest, giving yourself a little squeeze and a rock here right to left. We'll roll over onto one side and press up through seated, preparing for our straddle pose. If you would like, find a beach towel or a blanket to elevate the hips. We'll start here by extending the legs out. You may use props here to support the upper body or the lower body here, sliding the blocks underneath the knees. So lots of options for you to explore or try. We'll begin to invite our first edge here by hinging from the hips, coming into our forward fold. Let's be very gentle and subtle here, incrementally coming into our fold so that we don't shock the body. So this is a functional practice. We want to be very kind to the body and also a good listener to the body. So always listening to the body's wisdom as your highest teacher here. So settling in here, noticing the sensations that you're feeling through the lower body, or targeting the area of the hamstring. You may be feeling a stretch through the inner thigh as well. If you are folded forward here, just notice the length of the back body. And also if the chin is tucked towards the chest, finding that gentle stretch through the back of the neck. Throughout our holds, feel free to increase or decrease the intensity. And take some time here to just observe the quality of mind. Where are we mentally at this time? Can we give ourselves permission to be present with body and breath? Having this very sacred space for self-care, self-nurturing. So gently, let's begin to lift, walking the hands back, shoulders coming over hips. You can use the palms here to draw the knees in towards one another and bring the feet flat. And then we can tick-tock the knees right to left if that feels good. Always knowing that you can find stillness as your rebound pose as well. Extending the legs out, just finding a comfortable seat to observe. We'll make our way onto our bellies for the next posture, which is a quad stretch. Extending our left arm out, we'll roll onto the left hip, bending our top knee, our right knee, reaching back with our right hand to hold the top of the right foot. Options here, you can come into slumber party pose where you bend the left elbow and place the head into the hand. Or you can keep your left arm extended and just rest your head on the arm like a pillow. Noticing here the length of the front thigh. If this is not comfortable for your knee, you can use a strap for this posture as an extension of your arm, wrapping the strap around the front of the foot. Just another breath or two here. And releasing gently the top of the foot. Softly roll onto the belly. We rest in crocodile pose, stacking the hands, forehead rests. Noticing the different sensations on the right side versus the left. We'll take it to the other side, extending the right arm or opposite arm and rolling onto that hip. Bending your top knee, using your top arm and palm to hug the foot towards the seat. Slumber party pose if you'd like to. Or you can rest here using the arm as a pillow. Notice and explore. The beauty of yin is that you can always shift the intensity. If something is too much or too sensational, we can always back out. We can always use props. If we've held for that 90-second time period and we feel that gentle release that we can go deeper, we can start to work the edge. So I feel like every pose is its own journey. Speaking to us in different ways in which we can honor our body. And slowly release the top of the foot. We're going to rock back onto the belly, crocodile pose. If you would like to add movement, bend the knees, start to tick-tock the feet. Otherwise, resting here in a state of stillness, observation. Bringing the palms underneath the shoulders, pressing back. We're going to make our way into a squats pose. So I'd like to invite you to come to a forward fold first, lifting the hips and then drawing the hips towards the floor. So the toes are going to point out slightly. The knees are in line with the toes. I personally will be using a block here. You can also slide a pillow underneath the seat, or you can come into this pose with no prop at all. If you would like to invite a fold, start to shift forward so that the arms are reaching in front of the shin bone and then your chin is drawing towards the chest. So you just bring the upper body to round softly here, coming into a passive squats pose. If this is not comfortable, if this is too intense for the low back, please come back to a straight and lengthened spine, and you can bring the palms to the heart and come through a traditional Malasana squats pose. Slowly release, lengthen the spine first, lift the hips and spin the toes forward. And then we'll come into our downward facing dog or tabletop. If you're in down dog, feel free to pedal the legs here. And then coming all the way down, spinning the legs forward. Let's make our way onto the back. So this next pose doesn't have a traditional yin name. I like to call it pretzel legs. So we're going to bend our right knee and work your right heel towards your left sitting bone. If you can hold that right top of foot with your left hand, feel free to do so. To intensify the stretch, you're going to draw your left knee in. Right palm comes to the left top of the knee. That will start to increase the sensation dramatically here through the front of the right thigh and the hip flexor. You don't have to take this variation here with the left knee lifted. You can keep your foot grounded. Do what feels good. Gently release that left foot and the right, and then bring the feet flat, and we can take big windshield wipers or extend the legs long. Let's take it to the other side. Left heel towards the right sitting bone. Reach your right palm to hold the top of the left foot. And you can optionally draw your right knee in, left hand to the top of the knee. Scanning the body here for any points of tension or grasping. If something is too intense or too edgy, the breath will let us know. If we cannot easily take a full breath in and out, our body is cueing us to just back off a little bit or support the body in a different way. So being so kind and so gentle with ourselves on and off the mat. Releasing the right foot, releasing the left. Bringing the feet back to our happy baby pose. If you want to move here and kind of shift just like a baby would. And then releasing completely, and we'll start to make our way into our master pose, Shavasana. Find the shape that works for your body. Heels might come to the corners of the mat. You might keep the knees bent. So taking space here to let the body completely relax, completely release. Allow the breath to soften into its natural rhythm. Feel the whole body surrounded by your beautiful inner light. Feeling that sensation of washing and cleansing and nourishing. Filling our bodies with kindness and compassion for self. Staying just as you are, or feeling free to reawaken here, wiggling toes, fingers, ankles, or wrist, hugging knees to the chest, rocking onto one side and gently pressing up, coming into our easy seat as we reach the arms up, scooping all of our inner love and our inner light and bringing it into the heart space, connecting it to our intentions for this day. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm wishing you all peace, love, and light. If you're enjoying this content, please let us know in the comments, like or subscribe. If you enjoy meditation music or guided meditation, please visit my sister channel, Mindful Meta, listed in the description below. Thank you so much.